Every day, our hearts beat more than 100,000 times, pumping life through every cell of our body. It works quietly, faithfully, and without pause. But when something goes wrong, when one artery suddenly becomes blocked, that same heart can begin to die within minutes. This is what we call a heart attack, or in medical terms, a myocardial infarction. It happens when the blood flow to part of the heart is cut off, depriving it of oxygen. Without oxygen, that section of heart muscle starts to die, silently, mercilessly, and fast. Every year, millions of people around the world suffer a heart attack. What's terrifying is that more than half never realize what's happening. They mistake the early warning signs for indigestion, fatigue, or stress. But here's the truth. Your heart always tries to warn you. It sends signals, sometimes clear, sometimes subtle, that something is wrong. And if you recognize these signals early enough, you can act before it's too late. In this episode of Understanding Your Heart, we've already learned how to read your blood pressure and how to choose foods that protect your heart. Today on day 4, we take a crucial step forward to understand 5 warning signs of a heart attack that demand immediate medical attention. Because the faster you act, the greater your chance to save not just your heart, but your life. The most classic and the most dangerous warning sign of a heart attack is chest pain. But here's the catch. It doesn't always feel like the sharp pain you might imagine. Many people describe it as pressure, tightness, or a heavy weight sitting on the chest. Some say it feels like someone is squeezing their chest. Others describe it as burning, fullness, or a deep ache that spreads across the upper body. This discomfort may radiate to your shoulders, arms, especially the left one, back, neck, or even jaw. It can start gradually and grow worse or come in waves, but unlike a simple muscle ache, it doesn't disappear when you rest or change position. Sometimes the pain is accompanied by sweating, nausea, or shortness of breath. And here's where many people make a tragic mistake. They wait. They hope it will go away. They convince themselves it's just gas or maybe anxiety. But the heart can't wait. Every minute of delay means more muscle damage and less chance of survival. Doctors often say, time is muscle, because that's exactly what it is. Once a coronary artery is blocked, your heart muscle begins to die within minutes. By the time you hesitate for 30 minutes, the damage may already be irreversible. So if you ever feel chest pressure lasting more than a few minutes, especially if it spreads to other parts of your body, call emergency services immediately. Do not drive yourself. Do not wait to see if it gets better. Getting medical help right away can literally save your heart and your life. Sometimes a heart attack doesn't start with pain. Instead, it begins with breathlessness, a sudden feeling that you can't get enough air, even while sitting still. This happens because your heart isn't pumping effectively. When blood flow to the heart muscle is blocked, the pumping action weakens and fluid can start to build up in the lungs. That's when you feel that suffocating pressure, like you're breathing through a straw or your chest is too tight to expand. Many people mistake this for asthma, fatigue, or anxiety. But shortness of breath without clear cause, especially if it appears suddenly, is a major red flag. Imagine you're walking up a few stairs you've climbed hundreds of times before, but this time you can barely make it to the top. Or you wake up in the middle of the night, gasping for air, drenched in sweat. These are signs that your heart may be struggling. And if shortness of breath occurs together with chest discomfort or fatigue, it's time to act. Don't wait until you collapse. Remember, your body is intelligent. When your lungs feel heavy and your breathing becomes shallow, it's not just exhaustion, it's your heart crying for oxygen. When in doubt, check it out. Getting help within the first hour, often called the golden hour, can mean the difference between a minor heart event and a fatal attack. Heart attacks are not always dramatic. Sometimes they whisper. Instead of the classic movie-style chest pain, you might feel nausea, vomiting, lightheadedness, or a cold sweat that won't stop. These symptoms can appear out of nowhere, even when you're resting. Why does this happen? Because the heart and digestive system share a close connection through the vagus nerve. When your heart is under distress, your brain can misinterpret the signals as stomach upset. That's why so many people, especially women and older adults, mistake a heart attack for indigestion or food poisoning. But the danger is real. When your skin turns clammy, your breathing quickens, and your body feels weak. Your heart might be in crisis. Now let's talk about fatigue, one of the most underestimated symptoms. Many people experience extreme tiredness or a sudden lack of energy days or even weeks before a heart attack. They describe it as feeling drained, as if every task, even small ones, suddenly feels exhausting. This happens because the heart isn't pumping blood efficiently. Your muscles and brain aren't getting enough oxygen, so you feel weak and sluggish. One patient once said, "I felt tired, but not just tired. I felt like my soul was tired." If you or someone you love feels suddenly exhausted, especially if it's new or doesn't make sense, take it seriously. Fatigue, nausea, and sweating, when combined, can be the body's silent SOS signal. Don't wait for pain. Sometimes the most dangerous heart attacks are the painless ones. Here's a fascinating and frightening truth. Many people sense their heart attack before it fully strikes. They describe a wave of unease, panic, or a strange sense of doom, a deep, instinctive feeling that something is terribly wrong. This isn't just emotion, it's biology. When your heart struggles to pump enough oxygen to your brain, your nervous system releases adrenaline, triggering feelings of anxiety, restlessness, and fear. You might feel your heart racing, hands trembling, or dizziness, as if your body knows it's in danger but can't explain why. If you ever experience sudden anxiety combined with chest tightness, shortness of breath, or sweating, take it seriously, not as a panic attack, but as a potential heart emergency. Remember, it's better to be wrong once than to be too late once. Every minute counts. Within 10 minutes of a blocked artery, your heart tissue starts to die. Within 30 minutes, the damage can be permanent. If something feels off, if your body feels different in a way you can't describe, listen to it. Your body speaks before your mind understands, and your heart, it never lies. Conclusion: recognize, react, and live heart attacks don't always come with drama. They can arrive quietly while you're at work, driving, or even sleeping. But knowing the warning signs and responding fast can save your life or the life of someone you love. Let's recap the 5 key warning signs. Chest pain or pressure that lasts or spreads. Shortness of breath with or without pain. Nausea or vomiting or sudden cold sweating. Extreme unexplained fatigue. Anxiety, dizziness, or the sense of impending doom. If you experience 2 or more of these symptoms, call emergency services immediately. Do not wait. Do not drive yourself. Let trained professionals handle it, because when it comes to the heart, every second matters. And remember, the greatest gift you can give your loved ones is your health, and the greatest power you have is awareness. So share this video, spread the knowledge. Someone you know might need it, maybe even today. So we've come to the end of day 4 in our Understanding Your Heart journey. Today, you've learned how to recognize the silent warnings that your heart sends, those precious signals that can truly make the difference between danger and safety. But our journey doesn't stop here. Tomorrow, in day 5, we'll explore something softer, calmer, yet just as powerful, gentle exercises to keep your heart healthy. Because sometimes caring for your heart isn't about intensity or speed. It's about moving with kindness, breathing with awareness, and giving your heart the rhythm it needs to stay strong and alive. So, stay with me. Take a deep breath. Let's continue this journey together, learning, feeling, and living with heart.